This video demonstrates how to configure a Service Set Identifier, SSID, on Ruijie Cloud. The SSID feature allows users to search for, connect to, and manage Wi-Fi networks, including configuring the SSID, password, frequency band, and other related parameters. Visit the official website of Ruijie Cloud. On the displayed web page, enter your username and password, and click Login. On the home page, click a project name to access the project configuration page. Choose Configuration, Device Config, Wireless SSID to access the configuration page. On the SSID page, click Add SSID to create an SSID for devices on the network. Enter the parameters as needed. Click Enable Apartment Wi-Fi to access the configuration page. Select a purpose for the SSID. The system will automatically generate recommended parameter combinations. Configure the basic parameters, including the SSID, frequency band, encryption mode, encryption type, and password. Click Advanced to configure advanced settings. Select a desired mode from the wireless mode drop-down list. The options include Auto, Wi-Fi 7, Wi-Fi 6, and Compatibility mode. The options of forward mode include Bridge mode and Network Address Translation (NAT) mode. When forward mode is set to bridge, select User and AP in the same VLAN from the VLAN drop-down list. You can also select other VLAN and enter the VLAN ID. For example, if the VLAN ID is set to 10, the client connected to the SSID will request an IP address from the DHCP server associated with VLAN 10 on the network. When NAT is selected for forward mode, click Configure a NAT pool to access the configuration page. When configuring a device address pool, select General Address Pool and click here to use the device's default address pool. To customize the address pool, after the configuration is complete, click OK. When there are multiple APs on a network and Layer 3 roaming is enabled, select NAT Roaming Address Pool and click here to use the server's default address pool. To configure the address pool range, after the configuration is complete, click OK. Configure whether to hide the SSID. Toggle on client isolation as required. 5G prior access is enabled by default. Toggle on 802.11r as required. When 802.11r is enabled, roaming handoff time is reduced for fast roaming. When single client speed limit is enabled, you can set the uplink and downlink rate limits for each client connected to this SSID. When rate limit for SSID users is enabled, you can set the overall uplink and downlink rate limits for the SSID. Click Go to the Captive Portal page to access the portal authentication page. Click OK. After the configuration is complete, you can find the SSID in the SSID list. The options in the operation column are described as follows. Click Edit to modify SSID configuration parameters. Click Delete to delete a specified SSID. After changing the AP name, click Synchronize Apartment SSID to access the Synchronize Apartment SSID page, then click Batch Update SSID to update the affected SIDs. Click Manage and select the target SIDs. Click Enabled or Disabled to enable or disable the selected SIDs. Click the three-dot icon and select Advanced. Toggle on or off SSID-based client isolation or AP-based client isolation as required. Click the three-dot icon and select Import Configuration from the drop-down list. Select the project from which you want to copy the SSID configuration, and then click OK. To follow this issue, comment on our video or send an email to us. See you in the next video.